What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video I will be going over this stupid article. Alright, from Screen Rant. Let's just get right to it. It's a path for obsessives. Star War admits the fatal flaw the Jedi Order can never escape. Wow, a little typo there.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Star Wars fans know that the Jedi Order has its flaws, but none of them are quite like this, or quite like his one, as it's a fatal flaw that the Jedi can never escape. Wow. Typos. As far as the eye can see. Is this by Spencer Connolly? Can't say I'm a fan of old Spencer Connolly. Warning, this article contains spoilers for Star Wars 42.
Well, here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
While Star Wars fans were originally under the impression that the Jedi represented the ultimate good in the galaxy, simply because they practiced in the light side of the Force, and they opposed the dark side, or rather, they opposed the Sith Darksiders, the faults of the Jedi have more recently been brought to light, proving they were never as wholly good as they seemed. And now another fatal flaw has been exposed, one that the Jedi can never escape.
That is one big pile of shit.
Oh, joy. Man, these canon comics are just garbage. So, I wonder what it's going to say, like, oh, the Jedi basically shouldn't exist because they suck. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's probably going to say something along those lines. Alright, the Jedi Order consists of those who are inherently strong in the Force. Okay. Taken from their families at a young age to be trained in the ways of the light side of the Force. After a lifetime of training, the Jedi are charged with traveling through the galaxy, resolving conflicts wherever they go, and trying their best to follow the natural currents of the Force. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Except they're obviously going to whine about them recruiting when they're little kids, but I don't know, I just getting sick of, oh, Jedi bad. They're not very good. So we need to just, we need to introduce the gray Jedi, or the people in between, because they're so awesome and more interesting and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh, that's dumb. All right, let's scroll down to the next section. Oh, whoops. Even in the best possible light, there are some obviously alarming aspects of the Jedi Order. Not only do they essentially abduct children, see? Again, the parents can say no. So, I mean, there is that. It's not like they just show up and say, give me your kids. And, they just, no, they can say no, and they'll say, okay, we respect your decision, and they'll leave. But they indoctrinate these kids before forcing them into being a galactic police force. That's the Jedi's purpose. They're supposed to, and they're not just generic, they're not cops. The Jedi are not space cops. Yeah, they're not space cops. They are then expected to stick their noses where they might not be welcome, all with the unwavering self-righteousness using the light side of the Force. The Jedi try to do what's right and just, but there are inherent issues with the entire organization, including one that was just brought up in Star Wars canon. All Jedi are obsessives. Oh, jeez.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Man, let's see how they're obsessives, I guess. All Jedi are obsessives. That's the only way to use the Force in Star Wars. Alright, let's read this little panel of a comic. I've learned a lot about being a Jedi, but about the Sith, what they're like, how to beat them, I know almost nothing. When I went into this crystal last time, I saw things. I saw the Sith. I thought going back, seeing those visions again, it could be a safe way to learn more. Sounds pretty stupid to me. But what do I know? Not a whole lot, apparently. Just not very good. Not very interesting. Alright. In Star Wars 42 by Charles Soule and Stephen Cummings, Luke Skywalker is on a mission to purify a red kyber crystal, so he seeks out an expert to help him. A few issues ago, Luke befriended a Falanasi woman named Greta, whose culture is rooted in kyber crystal study and reverence for the Force. When Luke finds her, he's surprised to see that she isn't alone, as she's seemingly staying with her aunt, Auntie Fees, who also agrees to help Luke purify the red kyber. Purifying red kybers and stuff like that. It's not necessarily a dumb idea, but I think this is how he gets his green lightsaber in canon. He has this red crystal and he purifies it or whatever, turns it green, and that's it, which, I don't know, I don't like that as much. Ugh. When Luke meets Auntie Fees, she asks if she knows the Force, given her Falanasi heritage. Fees explains that she is receptive to the Force, like most Falanasi, but she doesn't practice Force usage. Fees decided to spend her life raising a family and learning medicine to become a healer, noting that learning how to use the Force like a Jedi takes everything, and adding that it's a path for obsessives. Wah, wah, wah. Does this dumb lady not realize that she could augment her healing capabilities with the Force? She could become an even greater healer via the Force, but probably not. I don't know, I don't understand this. Oh, this just makes you long for the days when George Lucas was still head honcho of Star Wars, because, yeah, you usually wouldn't get stupid stuff like this, because there's no guiding hand of Star Wars. It's just whoever wants to come in and write some random nonsense, they can. So, being obsessed with the Force is the one thing Jedi and Sith have in common. This issue all but states that one has to be completely obsessed with the Force in order to learn how to tap into it to pull off feats of telepathy, telekinesis, and other abilities synonymous with the Jedi or the Sith. It doesn't matter which side of the Force one studies or practices. Obsession with the Force is the one constant.
What did you say?
It does matter, because one side is good, one side is evil. It's pretty simple. I think that does matter which one you pick, because it has galaxy-wide ramifications if you, either choice really, because you could affect the galaxy whether you choose to walk the Jedi path or the Sith path, because Sith, they basically want to take over everything, and then the Jedi are helping the galaxy, so yeah, I would think it does matter.
The Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
So, let's see, let's continue. Not only does this essentially erase the Jedi-Sith dichotomy, but it's also another reason why the Jedi are deeply flawed. Deeply flawed. Erases so they're both obsessed? I don't think they're like, oh, gotta learn everything about the Force and that. I think it's, I don't know, this is just dumb. This is just stupid. This is a stupid observation. The Falanasi prove that an entire culture can respect, honor, and love the Force without trying to use it, basically. Yeah, like, they don't use it. Like, we know about it, but we're not teaching it. It's just there. It's like, okay, that's fine, but like the Jedi, I don't know. This is dumb. Stupid. In a way, using the Force could be considered a form of attachment that the Jedi can never overcome, given the level of obsession it seemingly takes to use the Force, and the fact that doing so is intrinsic to the Order. Yeah, because it gives them their abilities. It's a huge piece of what makes them Jedi is the Force. It is not the only thing, though, that makes them Jedi. There are other aspects. They have to have discipline, and it takes a significant amount of discipline to stay a Jedi. It is so easy to use the dark side, and then each time you use it, it gets a little easier and a little easier, and before you know it, you're a Sith because you've fallen to the dark side and you went out and seeked out the Sith Lord, and you're his apprentice now. So it isn't that hard to become a Sith Lord, really. It's far easier than becoming a master of the Jedi. That's harder. Being a Sith Lord is easy because you just learn the power. You just keep learning it, and yeah, there's difficulty. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world, but it's easier to become a Sith Lord than a Jedi Master. By looking at Force users in the new light as if they're all obsessed junkies craving the power, they don't crave the power. Where in Star Wars do you have like the Jedi like, oh, I gotta get my Force fix so I can go jump 15 feet in the air? Oh, where is that? I don't see that. They're not obsessed. They're not like injecting themselves with the Force or some BS like that. It's just dumb. Ugh. Craving the Force power manipulation offers them the difference between Sith and Jedi seems minuscule. It is not minuscule. Whatever your name is that wrote this article, I forgot. It's irrelevant, but the difference between the Sith and Jedi is not minuscule. You could put it simply. One is good and one is bad. There's not, well, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. No. There is no good Sith. You can't be a good Sith. If the Sith was good, there's a reason. They're doing it for their own purpose. They are not acting because they care about other people. Somehow it benefits them. That's not a minor difference. That's a huge difference. The Jedi, oh, man, you need to go to Star Wars school, people. Jeez, this is basic stuff. And the flaws of the Jedi Order only become more prominent. It's a path for obsessives, indeed, as Star Wars admits the fatal flaw of the Jedi Order. The one they can never escape is practicing the Force itself. Oh. Stupidity in its finest. Alright, this is dumb, yeah. Good old Spencer, he obviously understands Star Wars. He's such a, he's probably only, well, whatever. But, yeah, this article is pure garbage. It is. I mean, this is stupid. This is just dumb. They're not obsessive. You might have an individual character, Sith or Jedi, that is obsessed with learning about the Force and stuff like that, and learning knowledge and becoming more powerful. But it's not like everyone is exactly the same. This is stupid. But again, this is Disney Star Wars, and they're just chock full of stupid people. Very stupid people. Oh, man, this is kind of a rant. But, yeah. All right. I think that's about it in terms of this dumb article. There will be a link to it in the description if you want to go over it yourself. Yeah, so, yeah. And one last thing. This isn't really about the article, but this Friday, the 19th of January, I will be having my first live stream on my channel, celebrating a year of uploading YouTube videos and stuff like that. So you can come along and chat and ask questions and stuff like that, and just hang out. It's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, if you're interested in that. And yeah, so what'd you think of this stupid article? And you can let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.